Alrighty guys, welcome back to your 15th art tutorial, and in this video, as promised, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to read data from a CSV file. So the first thing that would be handy is if we had a CSV file to work with. If there's only one on the internet for free, oh, what do we got here? I already made one for you guys, and what you can do is below this video, there's a link in the description of where you can download this. I made it in Google Drive, so if anyone wants to go to this link, then click File, Download as CSV, and make sure you do that because that's a file type we're going to be working with. Then it's going to go ahead and download it for free. So now you can go to your your downloads folder or wherever you have it downloaded. And the first thing I want to do is actually rename this. So just rename it to BR users with a capital U and copy this. And now you're like, okay, so where do we put it? Well, we can keep it there and then just tell R to look there whenever we're working with files. But here's a little trick. What you can do is in your RStudio, you can type get WD. And what this command does is it gets your working directory. So what is your working directory? Your working directory is the folder that R goes to first whenever it's looking for files. So instead of changing the file path to make everything work, what we can do is we can just stick that file in C users Bucky documents. Of course, yours is going to be a little bit different, but that's the folder that you need to put it in. So Bucky, where you at? Documents, actually. Documents right here. So paste that bad boy in there, and now we don't have to have any file path. We just go ahead and type the name. So now it's in our working directory. Clear everything out. So now that we have a CSV file downloaded, how exactly do we read from it? Guys, this is incredibly simple, easier than any other programming language. First, store a name where you're going to keep all the data that you're going to read. And the function is read.csv. Probably could have guessed that. Now, the first parameter it takes is what is the file name? And of course, it's br users.csv. Now, the next parameter, go ahead and just type true, all in capitals right now. This second parameter is actually, let me see if I can pull this back up. If your first row of your data is not the data itself, but the headers or the titles of the columns, then type true. If your data starts right here, then type false. But our first row of the file is the column names, so that's why I put true. And the last parameter that it needs is how do we want to separate this data? How is it separated? Well, CSV stands for comma separated something, whatever V stands for. So of course, we're using a comma to separate each item. So now what this is going to do is it's going to read all of the information into tuna. So we could go ahead and print this out, but first let me show you guys something. If we go ahead and run this, we can see that tuna, which was a CSV file, is now a data frame. So essentially what this does is it takes the entire CSV file and converts it into a data frame. Why is that awesome? Because R has a bunch of crap built in already to work specifically with data frames. How stinking easy is that? And of course, I don't want to print out the whole thing, so I'm just going to print out the head so you guys can see. If I run this, you can see that indeed it did grab all that data. ID, first name, last name, age, Bitcoin relationship. And guys, this isn't actual information. I just made like dummy information, some samples that we can work with. But how easy is that? That's how you take a CSV file and convert it into a data frame so you can work with it in R. And you want to know something that is even cooler than that? Check this out. Clear your console. And I'm also going to include this link, but this is pretty much just a random CSV file I found on the internet. You can grab anyone that is on the internet. And what we can do is we can actually read from this without even downloading it. Pretty stinking awesome. So all we have to do is type the parameter or the URL as that first argument. So before it said BR users, which was on our personal computer, but even though this is a file on the internet, Check this out. Reads from it just fine. How awesome is that? Usually you'd need to, build this whole thing that connects to the internet and pulls it from it, then converts it. Nope, just one little parameter. Just type the name, boom, you got the information. So that is how you read CSV data from your own computer and from the internet. And now that we have it, hey, do whatever you want to it. But in the next couple videos, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do awesome stuff like make graphs, make charts, and guys, it's going to be awesome. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.